President Cyril Ramaphosa appointing retired Judge Phineas Mojapelo, senior advocate Leah Gcabashe and Enver Surty to lead a panel probing allegations around the Russian vessel Lady R. They have 6 weeks now to complete their work and 2 more weeks to submit their report. This follows allegations 3 weeks ago by U.S. Ambassador to South Africa of an alleged arms sales. Our reporter Erin joins us now live from the naval base where the ship docked in Simonstown. Erin, thank you for making time. Let's start with the panelists. What do we know about them and what's their task?
Yes, so Mojapelo has acted on the Constitutional Court bench, the highest court in the country. He also served on the Supreme Court of Appeal bench and was the deputy head of one of the busiest divisions in the country in the South Gauteng High Court. He's joined by Gcabashe, who the public may well remember was part of the legal team for the Zondo Commission, the state capture inquiry, that probe over 4 years into allegations of state capture, corruption and fraud in the public sector in cahoots with the private sector. And then Surty is a practicing lawyer once upon a time. During the struggle, he was a lawyer involved in human rights cases. He's also worked as an ANC MP and as a deputy minister previously in President Cyril Ramaphosa's administration, his first one in fact. Those three heads now applying their minds to the question of what happened when the Lady R docked in the very shores behind me here in Simonstown, that private Russian vessel, between the 6th and 9th of December of last year. Here's input from spokesperson in the presidency, Vincent Magwenya, this morning on the announcement of that three-person panel handpicked by the president and reporting directly to him.
The president decided to establish the inquiry because of the seriousness of the allegations, the extent of public interest, and the impact on South Africa's international relations. The panel will complete its investigation within 6 weeks of its appointment and will be expected to deliver its report to the president within 2 weeks. The panel may request an extension to these timeframes should it be necessary.
Now, we heard from Magwenya during a press briefing on Monday that the judge chairing this inquiry panel had been appointed. We didn't then have a name. We now have Mojapelo's name and the name of his 2 colleagues. If we use that as a rough, I emphasize, Clement, a rough benchmark, the 6 weeks plus those 2 weeks to finalize the report takes us to the middle of July. So earliest estimate on any finalization on the facts this panel uncovers will be the middle of July 2023. It's already 6 months since the Lady R docked at Simonstown, and many questions circling as to what exactly was unloaded before it's made its way further up the east coast of southern Africa and beyond.
And that middle of July, that's going to be a couple of weeks before the BRICS summit that's expected to take place here in South Africa. Let's talk about the terms of reference and what the panel is going to be responsible for, Erin. This announcement from Ramaphosa's office gives us some indication of why this panel has been established.
It certainly does, and speaking to Vincent Magwenya this morning, trying to get absolute clarity on the dates involved here, although we must note there is a proviso at the end of this morning's statement to say if more time is warranted as the three-person panel dives into the allegations from Ruben Bridgety, the U.S. Ambassador to South Africa on Lady R, then that extra time may be granted. In terms of the terms of reference, they inform what's in the statement we've had from the presidency this morning. We understand it's to get an idea of who knew what was on the ship, the Lady R, as it made its way into Simonstown in early December of last year. If anything was unloaded onto it after its consignment to South Africa was offloaded, and there it went to next, or where it went to next. So really just the basic facts of what exactly happened. Something that has come up in the public discourse and some of the analysis around this issue is why all the hullabaloo blue. Why not simply refer to what the defense minister knows and indeed the chair of the council, which approves any official arms sales for South Africa? We do have to provide something called an end user certificate for any sales officially sold in South Africa, manufactured in South Africa, to ensure that they're not landing in the wrong hands or breaching certain arms trade provisions or rules. Now, official word from the likes of Thandi Modise, defense minister, and the head of that body is that there was no official arms sale between South Africa and Russia. But the question then hangs about whether there was some kind of backdoor private sale which evaded official eyes and official scrutiny. That is the kind of thing that this inquiry body will now look into over the next 6 weeks.
All right, Erin Bates, live for us from Simonstown. Thank you.